what feeling do you have when you go through that process?
I am on a high when I'm done, and I just think I am going to get this done. Like this is going to be easy, especially if it's only a 1 or 1.5 pounds a week. I can do that no problem. But I think I could do two because I used to be able to do two when I was in my 20s and 30s. I don't even know what I can do now at the age of 67, right?
Saying that, you said you've done it. You know how to do it. Did it work?
I'm sorry. Did
So
you ask?
what I'm getting at here is if that worked, if that strategy worked, you wouldn't be sitting here right now having this conversation with me.
Okay. How do you stop it?
Right? So this is where we get out of this is fantasy thinking. This is like a drug addict fantasizing about their cocaine high. Okay? The idea we get addicted to weight loss, just like we get addicted to the food itself, potentially, we also get addicted to the feelings of elation and power that we feel just imagining 2 pounds a week, albeit like these calculations, like we know what our body is going to do and how it's going to release weight and we can calculate it. Like it's comical to think that we have that level of ability over, especially after months and years of abuse that most people have experienced physically from these restrictive eating plans. So I think all of this is takes you out of the present and really not focused on regulating your nervous system and doing the things that actually would give you the power to sustain the changes that you want to make and to not eat emotionally. So I think it's an escape hatch. It's fantasy thinking. It's not saying that you couldn't do that. I'm not arguing with you on facts right here. I'm pointing out the dynamic and saying I don't think it's a healthy dynamic for you, even though it leaves you with these feelings of joy and elation and hope. It's very similar. I don't want to call this person out, but in the last group, right? Someone shared that they had decided to go on a GLP-1, right? And felt really excited and hopeful and inspired and like, okay, now like my life can be as I want it to be because I finally have my magic wand and I have my solution, right? And like the elevation of energy and empowerment and all these positive feelings that were associated with that decision, like that feeling of hope that comes when we think we finally have this solution that we have wanted for so long. And then the next week said, no, that's not happening for me. The side effects were too bad. It's not going to work for me. And the deflation that came from that, even though it was the right decision, nothing actually changed in terms of like the physical reality, except for some side effects, which I'm sure were very uncomfortable and hopefully short lived. What I want to point out is the dynamic is this feeling of elation and hope that figures out what that happens when we finally think like eureka, I have the solution. Okay, and now I can get out of this yucky feeling that I'm having right now in my body by fantasizing about how I'm going to be 6 months from now. You can get out of that feeling right now using tools that you have and know. To think that a number on a scale is your magic bullet for happiness is a recipe for disaster because each and every one of us will experience something in our life where something happens with our weight that is outside of our control. And do you want your health, well-being, and happiness to be that conditional? Are you okay with that? I'm not. Maybe you are.